we're proud of our guys. We talked about finishing off this week the right way a lot in the last 48 hours and making sure we were ready to go. Different type of week with finals week and having a couple games. And, I thought, we got better throughout the week. I think we're a better team tonight than we were 2 weeks ago. And as the season progresses, you want to keep getting better. And I think that's positive for our guys. We're still, learning about ourselves, and we got a lot of improvements to make. But if we can continue to get better in, next 4 or 5 days before SEMO, that's the goal here. So, I thought we executed well the last 4 minutes of the game. Took care of the ball against the press, made free throws, got some stops. Never really let it get to 5 or 4. So overall, a good effort against a good team, a talented team who's playing really good basketball right now.
You kind of had the impression tonight that the execution probably was better than the box score looked in terms of the percentages and whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of, they play extremely hard. They do some different type of defenses and kind of take you out of the flow and rhythm a little bit. But I thought we had some good looks. We didn't shoot the ball as well as we normally do, but I thought we really guarded. I mean, they made, we gave up a couple easy threes, but for the most part, to hold a team like that who's averaging 72 the last 5 games and to hold them to 28% field goal percentage, only 10 points in the paint, it was a team effort.
What about, Dalton and Clarence were both talking about that, the emphasis on holding them out of the paint. Was it just a matter of better execution for that strategy the last 15 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, even in the first half, they shot 30% in the first half. Both halves they had 26 points. So, I just think we were able to get a couple more stops in that second half. Maybe make their threes a little bit more contested. They got 10 points in the first 4 minutes of the second half, and then after that, only ended up with 16 points for the rest of the half. So I thought when the guys who subbed in for the guys who started the second half, I thought they gave us great energy with Juwan, Dalton, JD. We got 4 or 5 stops in a row right away, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the half.
Any concern about Marcus? I mean, I know he finished the game, but anytime one of your stars goes down, you can.
Yeah, I think it's an ankle. I haven't talked to Riley, but I think he'll be all right. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, he was able to get back in play, so I was positive. I think if he would have had to sit the whole game, it would have been something more serious. But it seems like it's going to be a sprained ankle type thing.
What specifically did you guys talk about at halftime to cut their attempts at the 3-point line down half?
Yeah, we had a little bit more ball pressure. We were closing on a little bit too short. We still were able to keep the ball in the paint. I think they tried to be a little more aggressive in the second half and drive us and post us up a little bit, especially to start the second half. But we just wanted to be up on the guys and not let them get some rhythm threes. I thought they got a couple rhythm threes in that first half.
What did you think of Dalton's effort tonight? It seemed like you mentioned him, one of the guys that kind of gave you a little bit of a spark that probably played a whole lot better than his numbers might show.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, sometimes the plus minus is a little, misconceiving and not always the true picture of stuff. But him and Juwan were 20 and 23 positive when they were on the court. So those two guys, they play with great energy. And, they play unselfish. Defensively, they pressure the ball. They're in their gaps. Offensively, they try to push it. So I think they bring great pace to the game when they get in.
Rupert, you'd take 8 points and 8 rebounds from a game if you could get it, right?
Yeah, and 1 less 3, I think. Yeah.
What about playing against Brad Korn and SEMO Wednesday night?
Oh, I hate playing against BK. It's obviously close game, but BK, I talk to him weekly. He's a huge. In terms of this profession, he helps me out a lot, and from coaching me here to the last 12 years or so. So it's never fun to play against one of your good friends because both of us put so much into this, and you never want someone to lose a basketball game. But it's part of it. They're going to be ready to go. He does an unbelievable job with that group, and we got to, like I said, get better the next 3-4 days to be ready to go.
All right, Dalton. Kind of ask you the same thing I asked Clarence. Where do you think this game turned for you guys in the second half after they took their brief lead?
Yeah. I think to start the second half, we were a little flat. They scored, I think Coach said, like 3 out of the first 4 possessions or something like that. So, after that first media, the discussions within the group were just to tighten down and get stops. And that's our team's identity. We can't let our offense dictate our defense. And we were just really locked in, got stops, and that helped to change the flow of the game.
Was it anything different strategic, or was it just executing better, the original game plan better?
No, I think it was just taking pride in guarding the dribble. This was a big game of keeping the ball in front. Chicago State had at least 4 shooters out there on the floor at all times. So, it was one of those things where we just had to man up and be able to keep our guy in front and not get those easy 3 kicks.
What about you mentioned that part of it, kept them off the 3-point line too. It seemed like their effectiveness, their ability to even get 3-pointers off kind of waned as that second half went on too. How much was that even stressed, or what was the adjustment, if any?
Yeah, we're our defensive identity is really big on no paint. So that first half we really tried to take away the pain. We did a good job. I think they finished the first half like 1 for 10 or something from 2-point. But like I said, it was just a kind of an in-game change where we're taking away the paint, but now we got to get to 3-point shooters. Maybe go home a little bit earlier, get there to contest. So I think that was the big thing for us coming out of halftime. Is just knowing that they're getting most of their points from 3. So we had to take that away.
And offensively, was it just kind of a matter of not hitting shots you guys have been hitting lately for most of the night?
Yeah, I thought we got some good looks. Got on transition, got a couple corner threes that didn't fall. But, like I said, we can't let our offense, dictate our defense. So, on nights like these, you got to find other ways to win. And I thought we did a good job of that. So.
Did you guys do anything at halftime to cut down on their 3-point attempts? Because it's way down for the second half. And way down and make them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we continued to stress no paint, but we understood that we had to guard the dribble a little better and not get in rotation. So, having that second help defender be a little more aware and going home to guys, I think really helped us.
Clarence, what do you think the turnaround came from in the second half after they got a brief lead on you?
The ball pressure from the guards, me rebounding, everybody rebounded, the whole team rebounded. We was getting stops, deflections and stuff like that, so that really caused the win.
It's kind of one of those games you have to have every once in a while where things aren't going the way you want them to in the offensive end. You kind of have to grind it out with defense and getting some rebounds here and there.
I mean, for me, like I said before, on offense, I just be in the right spots at the right time. Lance, Dalton, all my guards, they just be finding me in the right spots. But on the defense end, I try my best to guard, rebound, help all my guards on the back end and stuff. So honestly, if I can do that every game as well as I did tonight, we'll have a good season.
As far as the team was going, the shots weren't falling like they have at times here lately. Y'all seem to be able to find a way to keep them from being able to hit threes and to put the ball pressure on, like you said.
Oh, yeah. Definitely what D was saying, we helped them to 27%, from field goals. So that's awesome, honestly. They get like more than 72 points a game. We held them to, 51, 52? So that was real. This was a real good defensive game.
It looked like a lot of the game, you were having to guard somebody a lot smaller than you.
Yeah.
So how do you determine how close do you get to him so he won't shoot a 3 versus he goes around you for a layup?
Just how we got scout and stuff like that. So we got videos and stuff how the other players move. So I just be watching scout a lot. If I feel like they're not a good shooter, as the next person, I can close out short and guard the dribble. But if they're a good shooter, I got to close out. I got to close out long. So.
How much did the block shot sneak up on you like it did us tonight?
Honestly, I didn't even know it. Honestly, I just have my hands out there, low and long. So hey, it worked.